And look, the money's great. I'm not complaining about the money, but eventually this whole Josh era is going to end. He's going to move on soon and be done with me. I feel.
My guy, that is a human being. He's not a little pet that you have in your freaking bag. And when it stops barking, you just put it to the side. He's a freaking human. Hi, welcome to the castle. We will try another new channel today, which is called the Internet Anarchist. Never watched something from them. Let's take it with a grain of salt if the video will be uploaded. So the title of the video of the Internet Anarchist is "The Streamer Destroying His Life for Views," and then it says "World of T-shirts." I have no idea what's going on, and in the description it says, "This is one of the saddest downfalls I've covered. This is the story of Joshua Block, aka World of T-shirts." So probably the streamer we're talking about is World of T-shirts. Never heard of him, but it doesn't matter. Not that, probably not in my bubble. That's okay. Yeah, let's dive in and see what this is about. I would say, because, like I said, no idea. All right, here's the video. 22 minutes. Let's not make it into an hour. Let's pray. Also, my voice is slowly giving up, so please don't mind if I drink water.
Joshua Block wanted to be famous on social media.
It was
there he
always
is.
my dream to become famous on a social media app.
And while he managed to achieve his dream, it also resulted in him turning into a raging alcoholic who constantly crashes out in public.
What?
Shut the fuck up! I'll sue you for millions of fucking dollars.
Chases people down on the streets.
What?
No, Josh! No, get over here!
Huh?
Josh, get over here!
What I'm watching?
And destroys random cars.
Huh? What?
Now,
Why?
if you're not familiar with who Joshua is,
No.
he might come off as just another douchebag content creator like Johnny Somali, Jack Doherty, or Neon. But unlike those guys who thrive on being obnoxious for clout,
Yeah.
Joshua's situation is just plain sad. He's
Okay.
ruining his life at record speed, all while uploading every second of it to the internet for everyone to see. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the tragic downfall of Joshua Block. How
That's
he
an
went
interesting
from a hardworking
channel.
young man with big dreams to a world-famous influencer to now a hopeless drunk who's the perfect target for trolls.
Oh,
He is by no
no.
means a good person. He's pulled off more controversial stunts than most creators could ever dream of.
Wait, what is that? Public vomiting, puke drinking, fermented all over the place, Italian sauce via nostrils, Florida vacation incidents.
But as you'll see by
What is here? Uber something? Lumpy vom in mental hospital, penthouse puking. Juicy Jordan. What the frick is Juicy Jordan St. Patrick's puking? Tracked by vomit trail. What is going on?
By the end of this video, Joshua's descent into madness is largely fueled by enablers, clout chasers, and leeches who profited greatly from his downfall. Joshua Block, also known as World of T-shirts online, had a rough start to life. He was born with autism, which made it difficult for him to understand and interact with those around him.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
However, he did not let this stop him from working hard in school and trying to do better in life.
That is lovely. That is good. Like, just because you have autism or ADHD or anything else, still go forward. Don't let that stop you. There is a way with it, not against it. Basically, there are ways. Don't let this be your downfall, basically, by default, which is already shitty. But don't make it a disability. Basically, learn to live with it, basically, and then like maybe even use it as a good trait of you. That is also doable.
Unfortunately, when he was just 14 years old, he
14 years, Josh talking about his deceased mother on live. This went for about 5 more minutes. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Also lost his mother to cancer. This was a
No.
devastating loss, one that he
Of
never truly
course.
recovered from.
Of
It was so
course.
sad.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why?
For some
Aw,
unknown
poor
reason, his
guy.
father failed to take custody of him as well, leaving him in
Mhm.
the care of his grandfather. His grandfather did his best to support him, but without a stable parental figure, Josh struggled to navigate his teenage years, eventually turning to TikTok for attention and validation. He would occasionally post a video of himself doing something completely out of pocket, like eating crickets.
Check.
They're dead, hopefully. Oh man.
But his proper TikTok
He probably needs a lot of support and help and a caring surround. Like I don't say that the grandparent did a bad job or something, but they like it's not that easy, especially if depending on how strong the out or like how far you are in the spectrum, you kind of need a lot of support. And if it's in America, it's even more difficult to get support.
career didn't start until he uploaded a video captioned, "When McDonald's gets my order wrong," at the height of the pandemic in September of 2020. It was a simple video of him badly lip syncing to a song composed entirely out of swear words. From there, he continued posting on the platform almost daily, and even made a video promoting the variety of content on his account.
World of T-shirts is one of the few variety accounts on here. Most accounts focus on one niche, whether it's dance, lip sync. I do everything.
It wasn't long before his daily grind started paying off. He started seeing hundreds of thousands of views on every video he uploaded, regardless of its content. However, he didn't see mainstream levels of success until March 14th, 2021, when he uploaded a video of himself loudly singing Empire State of Mind in the middle of New York City. This went viral almost immediately, garnering tens of millions of
Oh,
views
boy.
and turning Josh saying, into a meme. The video currently has over 7.6 million likes and is
Oh,
still one
boy.
of the most viewed videos on his account. It's got popular enough to get Josh featured on a billboard in Times Square.
Really?
And this is where things started to change for Josh for the better. Unlike countless other TikTok creators who see one viral video and then fade into obscurity, many people who became familiar with Josh stuck around. They found his off-key singing and sincere personality quite endearing.
Yeah.
Many were also quite amused by his complete lack of shame in public, with a comment with over
I mean, that comes probably with the autism.
100,000 likes writing, "The bravery you have to stand there and sing in front of those people, I couldn't do it." Later, a YouTube channel by the name of Apex Primary also uploaded a 15-minute long documentary on Joshua's life titled,
Oh.
"This Is My City, the story of Josh Block becoming TikTok famous." This gave his
Aw.
fans more insight into his personal life, including accounts
That's
from his
kinda cute.
grandfather and high school teachers about how hardworking he was.
has really come so far, and just knowing his background and knowing, you know, where he came from and the hurdles that he's had to jump over.
They probably are very proud of
it's
him in
like,
that moment.
You know, like I said, it hasn't been easy, you know, for him. He's been dealt some tough cards, but Josh has kind of just tackled it head on.
This documentary
Very
also
sweet.
revealed the meaning behind his unusual username on TikTok,
Oh,
World
really?
of T-shirts.
Yeah.
Apparently, before he started making videos, Josh was big into photography. During high school,
Oh.
he wanted to make money off his hobby, so he started a business selling T-shirts with his photos printed on them. He named this business World
Oh.
of T-shirts and created a TikTok account for it, which he later ended up repurposing for uploading videos. Josh also revealed his ultimate goal in life in this documentary, stating that he doesn't want to do a normal job.
Whether it's continuing with the influencer career or starting my own business. I don't want to work for someone. I want to be my own boss.
I understand him
Luckily,
so
enough people
well.
stuck around
I
after
want
his
that
viral
too.
success to make this dream a reality.
I understand him so
Unfortunately,
well. It's
this
so
also marked the
cute.
beginning-
Also, look how happy it is. This is such a cute beginning of the whole story. And wait, let me get my tissue box right in front of me because I have a feeling that I will cry. Okay, it's ready. Tissue box is ready. Let's go.
of the downward spiral that destroyed his life. It started with him coming up with a clever way of monetizing his success. You see, unlike platforms like YouTube or Twitch, it's very difficult to make any significant money by just posting videos or live streaming on TikTok. So in May of 2021, Josh started charging people $50 for photos and videos.
Make sure, okay? I'm reliable. Okay. I'll do the video.
Okay. Interesting concept.
Cash, I don't have Venmo. I have cash.
New York,
Ma.
where dreams are made of.
This rubbed people the wrong way, who now saw him as a sellout, saying that Josh had, quote, become evil and that fame
I mean, it's kind of cute that they sing together, but it should not cost you $50.
had gotten to him. Someone even secretly recorded him walking somewhere and posted the video with the caption, "Guys, don't tell Joshua," insinuating that he'll come asking for money if he found out. However, the backlash for this was quite minimal, since just as many people came to his defense for trying to earn a living doing what he loved, stating, "Get your money, Josh." And people have just been using him for free clout, so making money out of this is good for him. Love it. However, the support vanished quickly.
I mean, it is a difficult way to balance it. I know how it is. Like, I'm in the same boat, right? I love my community. I do not want to rip them, like, or sell them some scam or promote a weird product that I would not suggest. And like, but I would, how do I say that? Like, I care so much that I don't advertise some bullshit, you know? But at the same time, I also want to work for myself. I also want to live from it. So it is a very, very difficult situation to be. If you have morals. I say that specifically because a lot of people don't have them anymore. There are creators who would just do everything. And I see a lot of things online. And it's heartbreaking how some people are lying to their community, promoting products or promoting lifestyles, whatever it is, based on full-on lies and scams and just like on the pure money side of it. And I don't think that is fair. I really don't think that is fair, because how is you want your community to like you, so why for the nonsense reason would you just scam them and just rip them off, right? They're not just numbers, they're people. So treat them as people. That's why I try to reply to every comment. That's why I try to like reach out to people, like be active. I know the bigger I get on my journey to become self-employed, the less it will be. But I'm already trying to figure out ways how to prevent that. It's just not easy. Okay, it's just not easy. So I understand that he wants to live off from it, but I also don't like this approach. Oh yeah, if you want to make a video with me, I need $50. I'm not sure. It feels a little bit off.
When Josh proved that there's no line that he won't cross for content. In June of 2021, a video of him came out in which he threw a fish on the ground and then stomped it to death while smiling at a camera. As you can imagine, this was extremely disturbing and left even his most loyal fans in disbelief. Ultimately transforming into the first big controversy of Josh's online career. And how did he deal with the backlash? By giving a half-assed apology.
Yeah, okay, I apologized. Why don't we just end it? Stop with the cancel culture. I'm down like 8,000 followers because of this shit.
And saying that he was, quote, framed because the
Don't
fish
do
was
stupid shit
dead.
online then.
I didn't kill anything. It was dead already. He framed me.
Yeah,
He
but
completely
still,
ignored the cruelty of what he did and just said sorry.
even though the fish is dead, it is not fair to stomp on it like that. You clearly, with the blur, you still were able to clearly see what he was doing. That is not something you are supposed to do, even though the fish is dead. That is still disrespectful towards the animal.
to hopefully stop losing more followers. His true feelings, on the other hand, were apparent from the comments he left on the original video, stating, "I can't freaking believe that you would post this and ruin my reputation. If you don't remove it, I will call the police for bullying me. What you're doing is slander, cease and desist. You can't be creative on your own, so you're exploiting me. I will also get your TikTok account banned if you don't remove this." Put simply, he was getting full of himself, something his viewers noticed as well. This resulted in his main account getting banned from TikTok, forcing him to make another apology.
"Okay, I'm sorry about the fish. It was a wrong thing for me to do, to stomp that fish. Please, just get me my account back. It was my livelihood and they just took it away. You just took it away by mass reporting, please."
Yeah, but my guy, that mass reporting was kinda deserved. I understand that you want it back, but you did something bad, and there's backlash if you do something bad.
Please, I'm
Especially
sorry.
as an online
Luckily,
person.
his pleading worked, and his account was reinstated by August of that year. And surprisingly enough, Josh remained drama-free for the rest of 2021. The temporary account ban likely scared him into staying away from any unhinged shenanigans.
I mean, good.
However, as 2022 rolled around, Josh's life took an unexpected turn, one that would later become the cause of his demise. This is because August of 2022 marked his 21st birthday, which is the legal drinking age in the US. Now, up until this
So
point,
he is
Josh had
US
stayed
based.
away from all other kinds of drugs and even vapes, so no one expected him to pay much attention to alcohol either. Unfortunately,
Yeah, alcohol and autism doesn't work very well. I can tell you that already. It does, because your brain is wired differently a little bit. It is not working very well with autism.
they couldn't have been more wrong. It started slowly with a few drinks here and there, but
That's
quickly
okay.
spiraled into a crippling addiction.
That's
His
the
content
problem.
went from doing silly things in public
New York! Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
to consuming
Okay.
copious amounts of alcohol in every single video he posted,
Oh,
often
boy.
multiple times a day. And that's where he went off the deep end. As the drinking problem got worse, it started consuming his entire life. He would spend his entire day being drunk, only to chug down even more drinks whenever he felt like it. It wasn't long before all this drinking started getting to his head, making him angrier and
Oh, I'm so sorry for him. He is dealing with something really, really bad, and discovered that alcohol makes everything funny. Oh no.
more prone to crashing out. An important thing to note about Josh is that while he was always a bit quirky, he was never too aggressive. Most of his fan interactions were positive and remained this way until he started drinking in 2022. But once alcohol took over, that all changed. His once goofy and harmless demeanor started shifting into something more erratic, unpredictable, and at times outright hostile.
Okay. Oh.
Take
Huh?
that!
What the hell?
He started crashing out during almost every single stream for various reasons. Like whenever someone said the phrase "put the fries in the bag" or something even remotely similar, he would get triggered and chase him through the streets.
Put the fries in the bag!
Huh?
Oh my god! Josh, put the fries in the bag! Put the fries! Put the fries!
But the thing is, so they want him to react a certain way. So they provoke him to get the reaction. There are two ways. It sounds so wrong, but there are two ways how to deal with trolls. You either are aggressive and give them what they want, or you make fun of it and take ownership of that and get their respect, basically. I know it sounds super stupid, but you can either be a victim or you take ownership and be the one that leads the comedy. Do you okay? Please do not cancel me. I'm a clown on the internet. I know what I'm talking about. In Germany too. He was in Germany? I didn't know that.
The reason he took so much offense from this seemingly harmless phrase is that in his mind, it's a way for people to call him poor.
Why do you get
Oh. But put the fries in the back is a synonym for being poor? I never heard of that. Maybe I'm missing something there from American language. But I never heard of this.
get so triggered by that phrase?
Because I know what it means. It's a fancy way of calling someone poor.
By saying put the fries in the
Yeah,
bag? Is it?
it is.
Oh, he also
Even
doesn't
then,
know.
it's hardly something worth losing your mind over. However, Josh's existing mental conditions combined with the effects of constant alcohol consumption made this seem like the worst insult in the world to him, resulting in him often going out of his way to chase and threaten anyone who said it in front of him.
You put the fries in the bag. I'm gonna kick your butt!
Oh god.
But this was only the tip of the iceberg. In one instance,
what?
Josh went to Times Square in New York with his
Yeah.
trusty hat and proudly
Yeah.
claimed to be the captain of the city.
I
Okay.
run New York. Me. I'm the captain. I run the city now. Me.
Okay.
Me. This is my city. I'm the captain of this ship.
This wasn't his first time making such a declaration, and likely wasn't going to be the last. Now, if he had posted something like this just a year ago, most people would have laughed it off as yet
Yeah,
another silly
true.
and fun thing he came up with.
Yeah,
But by
I
this
see
point,
that.
most of his fans knew about his alcoholism problem. They quickly realized that these were nothing more than the ramblings of a drunk man, with one of the top comments putting this into words, reading, "I think he had too much to drink." Unfortunately, this was
Probably.
one of his more tame outbursts. The alcohol was decimating his mental stability, causing him to lash out at everyone
I'm s-
around him.
I'm so sorry for him. He really has to deal with something that he's washing down with alcohol.
And even going as far as calling
so
people the
sad.
N-word without a second thought.
I can't go to jail.
What? What?
And what I've shown you so far are just a handful of the many, many examples of Joshua Block
Hey, yo.
crashing out in public. There is literally
do
hours of
that.
footage showing him flipping out at someone, swearing at them, and chasing them in the streets. And while some people still find this hilarious, like this one person who posted a comment under his compilation stating 58 minutes of pure gold, many still recognize what his situation really is.
What about this is gold? It's sad. And it's dangerous. Imagine people watch this and get inspired by it. Like, yeah, I want to do that. That looks funny. I will do this. And then they just drink a bunch of shit and dump themselves in some trash. That is not pure gold. It's sad and dangerous for him and for other people.
Incredibly tragic and sad, with one person writing, "I just recently started the road to recovery from severe alcoholism, and watching Joshua deteriorate while people encourage and laugh at it has been pretty sad." Another person
Yeah,
shared a similar
true.
sentiment with a personal anecdote, stating, "This is really sad. I know a girl with autism who acts exactly like this. Even the pattern of speech and facial expressions are identical. People like
Okay.
this really need a good influence and a little guidance
Yeah.
to flourish. The girl I
They
know
need
has an okay
support.
support system and seems to be doing well. This poor kid has been failed by everyone. Sadly, this empathy from some of his fans hasn't stopped him from doing things that are just plain wrong, from kicking strangers in public
I wonder if he reads all of them. Like I said, I try to read everything that you write to me. It does get overwhelming sometimes, and I still have to work through a lot, but I wonder if he does with such a following that he has on TikTok. I hope he does, because maybe it wakes him up someone.
to wishing that his cousin, who was trying to get him into rehab, died from cancer.
Oh
in text reading,
no. Why the cancer in the family?
"F you, you cheap bastard. I hope you get cancer and die, just like my mother. You don't deserve the right to live." Worst of all, his alcoholism led him back to his
Oh wait, that he was wishing him. Okay, he's alive. Okay, good.
old messed up behavior with animals. Originally, the backlash from the fish stomping incident was a
Yeah.
wake-up call for him. He tried to ignore the outrage and ended up getting his account banned. This made him truly regret
should
his
stay
actions,
have banned.
which is likely why he never did anything harmful to animals again. That is, until he started losing himself to drinking, and went back to threatening violence
Huh?
against cats and dogs.
What?
Bluegill later. Let's do it. Gotta take a picture. Or cat.
If
Unfortunately,
don't
aside
say
from
that.
forcefully pushing away a cat one time, he hasn't had the chance to do something truly horrific yet, which is definitely for the better. That being said, there is something that I haven't mentioned till now, something that takes Josh's story from unfortunate to downright tragic.
Oh
You
no,
see,
please,
while we
wait,
can
there's
attribute
more?
most of Josh's terrible behavior
Have
to his
mercy.
alcoholism, doing so doesn't show the full picture. In reality, his drinking spiraled out of control because the people around him did everything they could to both provoke and enable it. And the two enablers that played the biggest role in Joshua's descent.
This is one of the negative things of social media. Like not only they're influencers who are influencing a community, they're also gatherings of trolls that are influencing someone like him. And this is so bad. Like, especially because he doesn't have a support system. Also, if you hear meow, my cat is here. He wants a little bit of attention. I will not abandon my cat for hat pads just because I'm recording. Live with that.
Sent into madness are Michael Quinn and Mr. Based. The first of these was Michael Quinn, who met Josh somewhere in late 2022 and quickly proceeded to become his manager of sorts.
Oh,
Michael would
okay.
take him to parties and show him how to drink, quote, properly.
Properly? How do you drink properly?
Showing Josh how to get lit.
Take him to casinos
Oh,
to
yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna show that boy how to drink and get a girl the beer.
encourage
Fuck.
gambling.
Gambling?
For the first time.
My guy, he already has a drinking problem. Are you out of your mind bringing someone with fairly deep in the spectrum with an alcohol problem to a casino? He should go to jail. My cat wants to go into my lap. Give me a second. Namika. Okay. We're sitting here together now.
And just constantly film him, all while enabling him to indulge in other harmful activities like smoking.
Oh
Over the
no,
course
he
of
did
the
like
next few
everything with
months,
him.
Michael manipulated Josh into thinking that he had his best interest in mind.
The poor
Josh is me, Michael
guy.
Quinn, no one else. No one else. Tell him.
No one else. Michael Quinn is my mentor.
See that?
What made these interactions even more bizarre was the massive age gap between them.
Yeah.
Michael was somewhere between 40 and 60 years old at this point.
Wait,
while
did
Josh
you know
was
how
barely
old he
over
is?
20. This made many fans suspicious of Michael's true intentions,
Uh-huh.
with one person going as far as accusing him of grooming Josh. Fortunately, Josh did manage to escape Michael's clutches eventually,
Yeah.
but what should have been the chance for him to better himself ended in disaster, because not long after distancing himself from Michael,
Yeah.
Josh fell into arguably worse hands
Oh,
of Mr.
no.
Based. Calling him a bad person would be an understatement. His real
Okay,
name,
I don't know
Jason
that guy.
Itzler, is an ex-felon who was once nicknamed the King of Pimps. In 2021,
I don't know that
he was
person
convicted
either.
of smuggling Schedule 1 hard drugs into the
Yeah.
US and had to spend 7 months in jail. After
Oh.
getting free, Jason started operating one of the largest escort services in New York, while disguising himself as a paralegal in an attorney's office. He later created
Okay.
an online persona called Mr. Based, and that's the version of himself he used to get close to Josh.
My name is Mr. Based. I'm the world's greatest streamer. Why is this group walking past me?
go.
Who are you guys? Who are you guys?
Okay.
You scram! You scram! How did you get so loud? And who are you, sir? Who are you? Everyone run!
What is even
Mr.
happening?
Based! Mr. Based on YouTube!
From
What
there,
is
he
even
would begin to
happening?
use Josh for content, by constantly featuring him on
I also don't like the phrase of the internet anarchist said it properly with he started using him for content, but it's just so bad. It's like, do you know those family bloggers, vloggers? I mean, they use their kids, and with someone deeper in the spectrum with no proper support, he just doesn't know it better. Probably, and he is probably with his problems a bit desperate. So he is very easily to influence too. Oh no. I don't
on his streams and filming his crash outs just to keep the views and subsequently the money flowing.
Oh
You're a
no.
fat fuck.
Oh no.
Ah, no bad
I'm
words.
from Brownsville.
No
You're
bad words.
done.
Oh God.
You're a You mess with you're a peasant. I make $5,000 a month, bitch.
And just like Mike,
Okay. And are you better than someone else?
Jason hasn't shied away from supplying Josh with all the
Oh,
alcohol
so
he could ever
sad,
need.
dude.
Oh my God! He just threw his drink on me. All right, now you've got problems, young man.
Hopefully he will not run into a car.
In November of 2024, YouTuber Alex Noble posted a nearly 2-hour documentary diving into the life of Jason and his relationship with Josh. Near the end of this documentary, Alex managed to get a confession from Jason about his true intentions regarding Josh on call. And it boils down to Mr. Based waiting for Josh to die or become irrelevant just so he can inherit some of his audience or make money off them.
The past week with Josh has just been so busy. And look, the money's great. I'm not complaining about the money, but eventually this whole Josh era is going to end. He's going to move on soon and be done with me. I feel.
My guy, that is a human being. He's not a little pet that you have in your freaking bag. And when it stops barking, you just put it to the side. He's a freaking human. What the? Where's... Okay, I have a question. Where's cancel culture when you need it? Where is it? This should not be normal. This should not be allowed or legal. This should be put to court for abuse, which is what it is. Just because Josh is over 21 doesn't mean that this Mr. Bass guy is not abusing him. Oh my God, what I'm watching.
Feel it, you know?
No, I get what you're saying.
I'm like a psychic. You know, I can feel this shit coming. I can't wait to be done with this kid, honestly. I know the content is great.
I can't wait to be done with this kid. Honestly, the content is great.
But Josh's audience has to see how I'm so much more interesting than him, right?
What I'm freaking watching? What the hell? Why is he allowed to be on the internet? What?
Like, they get that Josh is boring without me now, shouldn't they? You think I could get like 1/10 of his followers to stick around and pay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. This gives me paranoia. So, people like this is the reason a lot of creators are very, very hesitant to collaborate with others. Like, especially I will talk about my bubble, okay? I will talk about my bubble being a VTuber on Twitch and a content creator, a small one, almost everywhere. You hear a lot the phrase cloud chasing or a cloud chaser, which means that you want attention from a bigger creator in your bubble to just try to be around them to get their follower base or a little bit of their follower base. And that's why a lot of creators, no matter the size technically, are afraid of letting new people closer to them. And just seeing it raw like this is giving me paranoia. This makes the fear not better. It makes it worse. Because I'm very protective towards my community. I want them to have like nice people that they watch too. Like I have some good friends that we all are just like a bunch of people. But specifically, I want to protect my people, my community from people like this Mr. Based guy. I'm sorry to say that he doesn't deserve having a community. He needs therapy. I'm shocked.
So, yeah. I mean, they're already paying you, aren't they?
He is blatantly taking advantage of a vulnerable young man without a hint of remorse, and Josh's audience
He's not even questioning his behavior wrong. At least it doesn't seem like it.
hates him for it. What's even more sad is that Mr. Bass knows exactly what he's doing. He's convinced Josh that he's the only person who knows what's best for him. So any attempt from the
He is pretending to be his good influence. But he just makes it all worse. And exploits it. And makes money out of it. Like I said, as if Josh would be his little pet. And if the pet is not barking and dancing anymore, he would just move on with the clout and money that he generated from him. And this is so absolutely devastating. What the hell I'm watching?
audience to convince him of Mr. Bates' manipulation has ended up being completely futile.
Mr. Bates, how does it feel to exploit a young, disabled person like Josh for abuse?
Disabled?
Just go
I'm
rehab, just go rehab, Josh, go rehab, Josh.
Disabled?
Go to rehab, Josh, go to rehab.
I don't like that being autistic is called a disability. Your brain is just wired differently. You just need different support. I don't like it that much. Being deeply in a spectrum can have very, very difficult moments in your life, and you need special support, but you're not like less of a human being because it makes it sound like it. I mean, the person who sent the $3 for the voice message is targeting Mr. Bass, but clearly Josh is like, because he sees Mr. Bass as his mentor and as his positive influence, he's very protective and, like I said, barking like a little pet. I'm so sorry. You're not disabled, but you need different
some might argue
support.
that this still doesn't absolve Josh of everything he's done. But seeing the type of people who've been exploiting Josh for multiple years now, it's no surprise he ended up like
Multiple
this.
people
and
do that
sadly,
even to
things
him.
are only getting worse. Nowhere is this
Even
more
worse.
apparent than his latest
When
trip
does
to
it
Japan,
stop?
which could have easily ruined Josh's life forever. It was supposed to be a completely normal Japan trip,
Saying like that.
with Josh walking around the cities, trying the local cuisine, and the usual. But as you might imagine, it was anything but normal, with Josh calling a local taxi driver an immigrant F-word.
You immigrant fuck.
He's just a taxi driver.
Talking about looking for a dog to eat, having a meltdown.
What? Has long history of animal abuse. Stumping a fish on and want to shoot Danny Ducan's aim. Wait, what? Huh? Now seeking out dogs to eat. What?
Down on the street.
Please, can just some social charity pick him up and help him? Please?
Put the fries in the bag. I didn't see it.
He bit himself.
Hitting and threatening locals.
Oh god.
Hey, you can't say that.
Huh?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Thank you for blurring. I'm not even sure if I want to see
Getting
this.
citizens arrested.
You can't scream like that.
And finally, getting handed over to the police. One wrong move
Oh
and
my
he could have
God.
easily ended up like Johnny Somali, trapped in a foreign country because of his antics. Fortunately, he was let go with just a warning.
I heard
and
about
unlike
that.
Johnny Somali, who would have tried to push his luck, Josh made the right decision and returned to the US immediately.
Good.
Sadly, avoiding Japanese prison doesn't matter one bit when he's already speedrunning the destruction of his life. After years of constant drinking, Joshua is on the brink of complete physical and mental collapse. He's severely depressed to the point of trying to end it all by
He
jumping
needs
onto
help.
train tracks. He's also starting to show
at least some people try to help him, like right there, because otherwise some trolls would even push him further.
signs of schizophrenia, like hearing phantom voices.
That poor guy.
Not to mention his physical health, which is just as bad, if not worse. So, is there any hope left for Joshua's survival? In theory, yes. He still has the option to quit everything, go to rehab, and turn around his life for the better. Unfortunately, figures like Mr. Beast still have a chokehold on his decision making, and him quitting content creation to pursue a healthier lifestyle goes against everything they want. And if that's not bad enough, he's now hanging out with the likes of Jack Doherty as well. So while
Who's Jack Doherty? Like I said, I'm not very familiar with this kind of let's call it content creators. Should I watch it or should I stay away from it?
while he has the chance, it would take a miracle for him to actually turn things around. Joshua Block.
I'm so sorry for that guy. What should I say to this? I'm so sorry for Josh. I hope he would just someone pick him up, put him into rehab with proper support, getting people that help him genuinely, that he can turn around. And oh god, I don't know what to say. I'm so sad. Why is humanity like this sometimes? I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it was very sad. And I really hope that you have a good day. If you don't feel well, it is okay to take a step back, breathe a little bit, and then come back with more energy. And I see you tomorrow, or I see you on stream, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye-bye. And please do not go and reach out for alcohol or something. It is not a solution. It will numb you or any other substances. Therapy is not a shame. If you need help, seek for that.